football is back, and I want to see who is repping their team in the comment section of today's show. Shout out your favorite team for me in the comment section. Truly no wrong answers. Let me see what fan base showed up the most on today's show. We're going to begin with latest on Dak Prescott. Both Dianna Russini of The Athletic and Ian Rapoport of NFL Network have fairly sizable, maybe, updates on the Dak Prescott situation and where things sit there. First, the update, this was from Monday evening, Monday afternoon, whatever it was, from Ian Rapoport on Dak. You guys mentioned the Cowboys start with Dak Prescott, their quarterback, who is in talks with him about a potential contract extension would keep him in the Cowboys uniform, maybe for the balance of his career. The two sides have been working. There have been active conversations for about the last month or so, and the stakes are as high as they get. If Prescott does do a deal, which of course would make him the highest paid quarterback player everything in NFL history, he will remain with the Cowboys this season and beyond. If he does not do a deal, then the likelihood is he'll be a free agent, and the highest profile free agent we have ever seen. He has all the leverage you could possibly get, and the clock is ticking. Most of that wasn't new information. The two sides have been in contract talks and even outright negotiating through the media for a while now. You've seen Jerry take, maybe not shots, but, firing across the bow to an extent. Dak doing the same. They've had negotiations. The clock is ticking. They got to make some decisions here. Now, Dianna Russini had this update. The holdup at this point, from what I understand, is about the years the Dallas Cowboys are willing to commit to. While it's assumed that Dak is going to be paid at the top of the market, the Cowboys are aware of that. Do they want to put themselves in a position, contractually, that will keep Dak in Dallas longer than 2, 3, 4 years? And that's what Dak is looking for. He's looking for a long-term commitment from Dallas. The holdup here is really the belief from the Dallas Cowboys. This is a guy who's won a lot of games, but is that enough? Winning's not enough for Jerry Jones. We know this. They want to do more. They don't want to be just a team that wins a lot of games. They want to be a team that can play in the Super Bowl. I'm going to ignore my shots, as that the Cowboys actually love being a 10-win team because it keeps them in the headlines every single playoff time. I think they actually do enjoy that. And the front office has not made changes to not just be that team, but I digress. But also, that's not how Dallas does contract stuff. They love longer deals. They wanted a longer deal with CeeDee Lamb. They wanted a longer deal with Dak Prescott the first time. So that report from Russini, from a year's perspective, doesn't necessarily make the most sense to me. Now, I have a theory that we will get to here in a little bit as to what I think the report is supposed to mean. I think there's some stuff lost in translation. But first, will the Dallas Cowboys actually end up paying Dak Prescott? I have my doubts. It's the pinned comment on today's video, so if the ad comes on the YouTube side, it's just fine. Take advantage of it. Head down there. Y for yes, N for no. Look, I have very real doubts that this happens, especially before the season begins. And I wouldn't mind looking like an idiot, 24 hours from now, whatever. But Dak Prescott has unprecedented leverage here. This is unheard of from this perspective. We have not seen a player, a quarterback specifically, of Dak Prescott's caliber. He's coming off a second team All-Pro, runner-up MVP. His age, he's not old by any stretch of the imagination. And presumably, his health. That caliber of player has never hit free agency. Brady was older when he hit. Manning was coming off of injury we thought might be a career ender. Those guys were also both much older than Dak was. Multiple teams are drooling over the idea of Dak Prescott hitting free agency. Because Dak, signing him to insert contract here, it could be insane. It almost doesn't matter. That'll save their jobs. To a lesser extent, I would assume, because he's not Brady. The same way that Bucs GM Jason Light saved his job by signing Tom Brady. Dallas has made multiple mistakes with Dak in this entire process. They could have paid him early the first time and not be in this exact situation. They wouldn't have to worry about no franchise tag clause, the no trade clause, the ability to hit free agency with no power to stop him whatsoever because there's no franchise tag option. They also should have made their decision, win now with Dak or rebuild, months ago. Either plan I could have gotten on board with. They chose to just do nothing, and now they're in kind of a precarious spot. So predictions. Where will Dak Prescott play in 2025? Dallas, New York, Raiders, Pittsburgh maybe? Plenty of options out there. Let me know in the comment section of today's show. Here's the potential outcome the Dallas Cowboys are facing. If they don't get Dak done by week 1, they can pay a larger amount in March, probably just overall money, guaranteed money, etc., or say, we're not going to pay you, but also have no quarterback under contract, and probably picking that at 24 again with very limited assets to go get one. That's a bad spot to be. And my theory, coming back to the Dianna Russini report, is that if we change commit and years from that terminology to not meaning length of the deal, but what's guaranteed, actual real commitment, then that report makes sense. A longer deal with not as much money actually guaranteed equals more team power. They have the chance to cut somebody if they want to. They've never had that possibility really with Dak Prescott. Commitment in the modern day NFL does not come from the years of a deal, but from the guaranteed money. You could give any player a 10-year contract right now, but if only the first 3 years of that deal are guaranteed, it's not really a 10-year contract. It's a 3-year contract with team options after that. So I could very much see a scenario in which Dallas says, we're a 5-year deal, but we only want to guarantee 2 years of it. And that's a non-starter for Dak's camp because the guaranteed money has skyrocketed, like all money has. Which, by the way, this is what happens when the salary cap goes up. I know the numbers are earth-shattering and they're eye-popping, but when the salary cap is skyrocketed, guess what? The money tends to skyrocket as well. You want to make Dak the quarterback in Dallas, you're going to have to pay him a pretty big amount of money. And I get that's, concerning for some. This is how the market works. There are not actually that many quarterbacks on that list that are clearly better than Dak Prescott. Now, today's show is made possible by Game Time. There's clearly no better app out there for buying sports tickets than Game Time, or concert, comedy, theater, etc. Game Time has a new feature, by the way, called Game Time Picks. It makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. It filters out the fluff to only show you the incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste your time searching through thousands of tickets. All-in pricing shows your total cost up front, so there are no surprise fees at checkout. They're also giving you $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time app today, create your account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Never forget that. But create your account and redeem code CHATSPORTS, ChatSports, for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time. Let's talk JaMarr Chase. This one, Dak is not a threat to skip games. That's not how he's wired. JaMarr Chase might be, though. He, as of filming, still not practicing. We'll see if that changes at all on Wednesday as his hold-in for a contract extension continues. Look, folks, we are days away from games being played. Could JaMarr Chase skip games? He at least is kind of threatening that in a way that you don't see any other players doing outside of one guy we'll get to here in a little bit. That's the only leverage play JaMarr Chase has. And maybe it is in the end just a leverage attempt to get in on the insanity that is the receiver market, which is actually the exact same percentage of the cap-wise it was when Calvin Johnson got paid. It's the same deal as Justin Jefferson, kind of crazily. Anyway, Bengals schedule. Patriots week 1. Do they need JaMarr Chase for that game? Nah, they don't need him. Chiefs in week 2, yes they do. Chase can threaten, but would he actually? Would he leave his best friend and quarterback out there, Joe Burrow? I don't know if he would. So prediction time. Will JaMarr Chase skip any games? 1 for yes, 0 for no. Let me know in the comments of today's show. Page's numbers, I guess, dipped slightly in 2023 from a per-game perspective, but the quarterback was hurt. He missed time in 2022, which maybe is a red flag for Cincinnati. It was a bit nicked up. But once the ball in his hand, I swear to God, every time I watch JaMarr Chase play, how many times does the first guy bring him down? If it's in space, like vertical shots, maybe a bit different there if you get tackled from behind on a jump ball. But like, he makes the first guy miss constantly. If you're forming your top 3 best young wide receivers in the NFL, in some order, it is JaMarr Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. So yeah, Chase is going to be in that conversation. I think for the Bengals specifically, It's probably less about the average per year. Jefferson 35, Lamb 34. You're going to be in that ballpark, whatever. It's about the guaranteed money. Justin Jefferson got 110. CeeDee Lamb got $100 million guaranteed. The Bengals historically don't guarantee money beyond that first year of the extension. Now, they broke that rule for Joe Burrow. They're going to have to break it for Jamar Chase. They don't have any option. That's expensive for a less rich, let's put it that way, NFL franchise to do. Now, we'll have more NFL YouTube videos for you guys here all season long. So if you haven't already, hit that sub button right now. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv. The last true actual holdout is Haason Reddick, who we don't have a Jets photo because he never showed up for picture day or anything for New York. He's still holding out from the Jets organization. There were some Jets reporters who thought he might show up on Tuesday. Like, Tuesday's the day because the fines get more expensive. It was a very logical thought. Didn't happen. Head coach Robert Saleh, well, haven't really talked to him yet. The fines continue to mount, none of which is good for the Jets, who their plan is to have a really good front four and get after the quarterback. And Haason Reddick, a big part of that front four. He's had 11 sacks 4 straight years. There's 2 QBs who have done that. Or 2 passers who have done that, excuse me. Reddick and this guy named Myles Garrett. So I don't really know what's going on at this point with Haason Reddick, but I kind of feel like this holdout could continue through maybe not just week 1, but maybe even beyond that.